actually the green screen is working. Here with Shelley McKay. Thanks for playing along though, Shelley.
Thanks for being here.
So this doesn't seem like the library.
Everything is the library.
Right? Okay, so this is, I know you guys thought long and hard about what to call this.
Absolutely.
It's the
Green room.
green room! Right, okay. So this is all part of the makerspace.
It is.
Okay,
yes.
so take us through the makerspace and what it's all about with the Hamilton Public Library.
Okay, at the Hamilton Public Library, you can basically do everything and discover everything. The Makerspace is a technology / maker / cool space that whether you're 2 or 202, you can make something here that is inspiring, that may be a gift or for yourself. You can make your own Scout.
Ooh, who's Scout?
Yeah, Scout is our mascot, and this was printed on these 3D printers. Scout is in and about and around the town with Scout. Right now, we're making some things on the 3D printer. This is actually designed in Tinkercad by a 10-year-old, and it's going to be a gift for his cousin.
So, and how do you do that? So you need a library card.
You need a library card. You come on in, you learn how to take a class with Tinkercad. These guys will teach you.
Right.
And then you design whatever it is that you might want to make, whether it's Scout or a new game.
How much would Scout cost, let's say?
About $4.60.
Oh, that's it.
Yes.
Okay. Now it takes a while to make Scout.
Scout was about 11 hours on the 3D printer.
You just have to block off a piece of time.
Yeah, you just reserve it online and bring in your library card and you're good to go.
Oh, we got some VR happening here.
Yeah. So what we're doing with VR is we're combining technology and old school. So really it's about looking at where we were in Hamilton and then adding new buildings onto that space. So we're using the local history and archives and all the old footage and all the old photos and adding new stuff to it.
What's some other things that are happening?
Right now, this is the
sewing machine?
It is. It's an embroidery machine. This thing is so well used and well loved.
We know that logo!
Oh, the logo! The embroidery machine is really well used. Either, a lot of people use it for band merchandise. Some use it for patches. We have a graphic designer who often comes in and does great embroidery with their new designs. So it's really, yesterday we had a gentleman make his own St. Paddy's Day t-shirt for the celebration.
So this makerspace is at the Central Library.
Yes.
Does every branch have its own makerspace?
There are different sizes of makerspaces in each of the branches. Some of them are small because the branches are small, but for example, we just had a gentleman come in and digitize all of his slides for his family because he wanted to pass on copies of his family photos, which was awesome.
We're running out of time, but I know there's some March break stuff happening because it's Thursday and there's March break just around the corner for parents. Just even rhyme up a couple of things that are happening for March break. For
okay, absolutely. Kids. So we have across the system, all 22 branches and the 2 bookmobiles, we have events going on every day of the week. And that's movies, story time, you can come in and do some VR stuff. We have everything digital is online, so if you're stuck at home with a newborn and a 14-year-old, there's always something to do regardless of age and regardless of interest.
You mentioned the bookmobile. I've heard of these bookmobiles. I've never been on the bookmobile.
Let's go for a ride!
We're going for a ride in the bookmobile. Are we allowed to yell in the library?
We are allowed to yell
in the library. We're allowed to yell in the library! We're going to the bookmobile! Hamilton Public Library! When we come back! People are looking at me weird.
Having fun isn't hard when you've got a library card.
Here comes the bus. Just not any bus, though. It's the Bookmobile bus. And you might have seen this traveling around Hamilton because it goes to so many different locations on centers that don't have branches. But I've actually never been on before. Hence why I'm entering through the exit. But hey, we're getting in anyways because it's Sarah.
Hello.
Hey, Sarah, what's going on?
Welcome to the Library on Wheels. Come on in.
It's the Bookmobile. This is Sarah. I got Bill. How you doing, Bill? Hi. Oh, it's warmer in here. Nice. Okay, so I'm a first timer.
Yeah.
Where does the Bookmobile go, Sarah?
So the Bookmobile goes to parts of the city that aren't easily served by a physical bricks and mortar library location. So in total, we have 32 stops, 14 on a weekly basis and 18 on a bi-weekly basis that we go to.
Is everybody always excited when they see the Bookmobile come in?
Absolutely. We're very popular out in the community. People get excited. The drivers get waves all the time. We have a good time when we're out on the road.
Because what type of spots are you stopping at?
We go, like I said, anywhere that's not served by a physical location. So we'll go to seniors' residences, we'll go to community centers, we'll go to spots in the community that are near a school.
Right on. And so this is a library on wheels, so you can do whatever you want to do at the Central Library, but in the Bookmobile.
Absolutely.
Obviously, you don't have the selection that Central Library would have, but what type of things are you carrying in here?
But so we do everything. We have everything that most libraries do. So we have print materials, we have large print items, we have Blu-ray discs, we have DVDs, we have video games, we have stuff for kids, we have music.
This one's for producer Don. He was asking about Stephen King. So for producer Don, The Outsider. That one's for you. Because how often are the books changing within the Bookmobile?
Oh, multiple times a day. Multiple times a day. So when the buses come back, we take a look at the next stop that we're going out to, and we'll sort of think about what will work well for that stop, and we'll put on the bus the things that we know that the people like at that particular stop.
Can somebody request the Bookmobile to arrive at their location, or how does that work?
So they can contact us, and certainly if we've got the time and the resources to meet people out in the community, we will go where we're wanted. Yeah, but we've got a pretty strict schedule that we stick to week by week.
Right. Are you always on the bus? Are you on the bus?
Unfortunately, I don't get out on the bus as much as I'd like to, but we've got our wonderful drivers and staff that do go out on a weekly basis, and they're fantastic, and they have a great time connecting with the community.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, I know you guys got to be somewhere, so you guys want to start her up and get going, and then we'll wave you goodbye as our tour of the Hamilton Public Libraries and the Central Library in specific continues on Morning Live. You got it?
Good.
Finally. So now the cameraman Luke is all done with GoPro cameras for dummies. This is the fun part where we say, buy a book, as it goes down somewhere and gets sorted. We're going to follow that book in a little bit. But first we want to talk to Erica Connolly, the Hamilton Public Library. Hello.
Hi.
This is like the best part of the library.
Yeah, people really love it. Yeah.
Like little kids and big kids.
Yeah, little kids get excited and they say to their parents, no, they want to put stuff in. Yeah.
Okay. Like how many books are going through the system?
So for all of the libraries in Hamilton, it's about 6 million a year. And then this library, the Central Library, is 850,000 a year.
Right. This would be the biggest branch?
Yes.
Central. There's how many branches altogether? There's
22.
So let's say if I took out a book here at the Central, could I take it back to any of the libraries?
Yeah, any location. So you can borrow items from any location and return them to any location. We have 24-hour book drops, so you can return them at your convenience. And then at the big libraries, we have these fun sorter machines, so you can return them yourself.
She just asked me off camera if I had a library card. I don't. How easy is it to get a library card?
It's pretty easy to get a library card.
What do you need to get a library card?
So you need a piece of ID. If you have your driver's license, that's perfect. If you don't have a driver's license, then something with your photo and something that has your address. We can get you a card.
I gotta get a library card. But first, let's send these books back to see where they go. Writing for Dummies. A little home recording.
We have 22
Musicians for Dummies,
branches, right?
and trying to expand my profile. A little podcasting for Dummies. We're gonna go downstairs to Matt to see where these go. There's all our dummy books. Because we are in the basement here at the Central Library, seeing how all the sorting system goes with Matt Abbott. How you doing, Matt?
Good. How are you?
This is pretty neat. This is an area that the public doesn't really get to see.
No, this is all behind the scenes with the collection as they come in and how we manage them and get them back on the shelves as quickly as possible.
Okay, so we saw them get dropped off.
Yep.
So then how are they sorted over here?
Yeah, so there are several bins all the way around here, and basically depending on their subject or where they are supposed to be in the library, they'll get sorted automatically into one of these bins. So in this case, our For Dummies books got sorted in our third floor bin because that's where we grabbed them. So anyways, basically we can pull this out now. So I'm going to turn the key here, and we will see
if they're in there.
And pull it out and There they are.
There's our dummy
Yep.
books.
So go ahead. We can grab
Okay.
them.
Okay.
And so basically, normally what we would do is we would take
that
the whole
whole thing.
bin, take
Right.
the whole bin in. But in this case, we'll just take the books to get these ones back to the floor they're supposed to go to. So we'll,
Like, how busy does it get down here?
it can get pretty busy. Again, with the amount of checkouts we have at Central Library, we have about 800,000 checkouts, and as things come down,
Right.
we have to reshelve them. So
I'm throwing them in here. Hey, Carmela, this is Carmela, everybody. And Carmela, you're going to send this up. And that will go up to whatever floor it needs to.
that's right. Yep. And then staff will be able to reshelve them up there. That's correct.
Cool. So I was talking to your colleague Erica upstairs. I admitted something, that I did not have a library card.
Oh.
But bam! Look at that. Huh? That's how quickly you can get one. I now have a library card. And you can use this other places than just the library.
That's correct. Yes, we just signed a partnership with the museums so that you can use that at any of the Hamilton museums. We have lots of online resources. If you ever heard of lynda.com, for example, a place where you can learn all sorts of courses and whatnot, as well as ebooks. And then, of course, we have programming over March break, all sorts of programming going on, too. So lots you can do with your...
and we didn't even, we're running out of time, but the holds, too. The hold system,
Yeah.
you can hold a book for yourself or for your entire family.
That's right, yeah.
Right.
So you can place a hold and get it to any branch within one day.
We got to go. Thanks, man. Thanks for the tour. We'll continue here at the Central Library, Hamilton Public Library System. We'll get into the music archives when we come back. So we have been granted some pretty cool access here because we're in the local history and archives, the Central Library, Hamilton Public Library System. And this is an area that you, me, the regular public, don't get to come. This one right here, Karen Milligan, does get to enter. And when we were talking off camera about some of the stuff that's in here, you mentioned the spec, right? Because there's stuff in the spec that goes back to
55.
55. Yeah. I said, do you have anything from CHCH? And then she had this smirk on her face, and she says, yes, I do. And that's what this is, okay? Because right here, look at that. CHCH beta tapes.
Yep.
Okay, so how much stuff of CHCH do you think you have here?
So we have probably the 70s and 80s have been digitized. It's a partnership with CHCH. So these are all news footage. So
News
there's
footage.
The raw footage and some of the edited items that appear.
Edited stories. Okay, so
And those are
this.
the cue sheets.
Okay, I'm just looking for a date. Do they have dates on them?
That was at the top.
Seeing library stock. We're seeing provincial election. Oh, there we go. January 24, 1985.
Yep.
Okay. So there's lots of stuff here.
There is.
So can the public access this? How do we get to see this stuff?
Yeah, so right now if someone wants to take a look at the CH content,
Gotta
we
put
have
it
it all.
back in the same
That's
spot.
okay, I can do it. We have, customers can come to Local History and Archives, and we're on the 3rd floor of the Central Library, and they can make a request. We have some just access sheets, and they can let us know what they're looking, and we have...
They might have something that they're looking for, and then
Yep.
you would come and look for them.
Yeah, and we have it all digital, and we can set them up on a computer, and they can take a look at the footage.
How much archives do you have in here?
So we've been collecting since 1914, everything that has to do with the history of Hamilton.
You don't look that old.
No. So right now we have about 35 million items.
Thank you, Shelley. We can see you. How many items?
35 million items.
35 million.
Yeah. About the largest portion of our collection is photographs, and so we have about 3 million photographs in our collection.
And something exciting coming in the beginning of May that we have kind of a little preview behind us is the music archives.
Yeah, so the Hamilton Music Archives, we were approached sort of as the logical place to capture the history of music in Hamilton. We have a very vibrant music scene. So this is a display that we've taken out of the vaults. There's a few different collections here of a variety of different things that illustrate the history of music, the music scene and contributors.
How many artifacts are we going to have when it actually does launch, do we think?
There's thousands.
Thousands.
Yeah. So
Right.
there's multimedia, there's CDs, there's like music, the scores.
Oh, wow. Okay. So
There's
that,
some objects, there's some posters.
when does that start?
The launch is Friday, May the 3rd.
Friday, May the 3rd, and we'll be running until...
The actual official launch or kickoff of the Hamilton Music Archive is on the 3rd. More information we have in our What's Happening, our brochure, and on our website, hpl.ca.
Right on.
And then that kicks off Canada Music Week, which is the following week.
Perfect. Thanks for giving us some access there.
You're welcome.
Cool seeing that. And cool learning more about the Hamilton Public Library. And it's just more than just books.
More than books.
So much cooler stuff like music.
Yes.
Crank it.